Welcome back to the channel. Now the people must say based on Tufton statements, it is as if the JLP know. So there's no way now them can win another election. Almost as if them are beg the country for look upon the good things that they claim that they have done. Tufton also said that Jamaica has any hope for a better healthcare system, they will work with the JLP government. Now this after Tufton had to defend himself after people accused him of spending 21 billion for renovating an hospital instead of just building a new one. Of course, I'm not going to hear what one of them will continue the reason nation. Look and listen.
We had 3 years of downtime of that 8 years because our focus had to be on COVID. My appeal to the people of Jamaica is that those 3 years, we managed to maneuver to keep most Jamaicans safe. We should be allowed the opportunity to continue on this journey, to get to the point where we see more tangible benefits of the investment we have placed on the ground.
That sounds like an appeal for a third term.
Absolutely, and I'm not afraid to say that. The JLP, this government, under Andrew Holness, is the best choice for the country at this point in time. I don't want to question the intelligence of the Jamaican people because they're all intelligent people, no matter what our education level is. But it is for us as our organization to make that case. We believe that cervical cancer is also a big one for females, of course. And so the subsidy today that was announced is to encourage testing. We did introduce the HPV vaccine that we are now administering to the population, and that's a big part of our response. And indeed, the NHF has moved the number of coverage from 16 categories of illness to 22 categories of illness, including a few areas of cancer and other areas, as part of our responsiveness to what is happening in the population. So it really is an attempt at trying to ensure that whatever our gains are at the higher level, it manifests itself in terms of benefits to the population. I don't criticize polls. I'm not in the habit of that. My function, I prefer, is to see how I can improve whatever is discerned by the people and to respond to their sensitivity. If people perceive a particular thing, it may not be the reality, but it's my job to try and make that connection between their thought process and what we're doing. So I think we have a lot of work to do. I am the man on the bridge for help, and I will do my part to ensure that we make that connection. And I think that's the big challenge that we face at this point in time.
This 21 billion is being bandied about, either without proper understanding of the expenditure or just an attempt of mischief making. First of all, the 21 billion includes expenditures on Falmouth, on Noel Homes, on building out a new accident and emergency, the previously Mount Salem Clinic, a new diagnostic center outside of the main building. Because for those who care to know the truth, they would appreciate that we had to build a hospital around the hospital to continue the services. There is a difference between cost overrun and rescoping of cost, because what is being bandied about as cost overrun is not cost overrun. What started as fixing a ventilation system morphed into the stripping down of a 10-story building and a replacement of every single window, every single door, every ward, every operating theater. So in effect, what we are doing is building a brand new hospital for the...
It's almost as if the administration has said, please Jamaica, please don't vote us out. I don't know if we're going on the media, what has been said, we're going with the Dan Anderson polls. But clearly, some people are saying, polls now win election. It is voters who turn out on the day of the election and vote for the party that they believe is better to run the country. But to how we hear elected officials attack, them themselves seem worried. While polls don't win election, elected officials use polls to see where they stand with the people. And it's one that the people must have them fed up. And what is taking place now on the political landscape is that, remember, every year you have a new set or generation of Jamaicans who are now eligible to vote. Keep that in mind. You know. Every year you have a next group of Jamaicans who age into the age eligible to vote. Now Gen Z, as well, the world is now terming the new generation or the younger generation. It is being said that they are not the political loyalists of the previous generation. Meaning, say, This new generation of voters don't just vote for a party or a MP or a councillor because the area has been aligned to that party there, that MP there, that councillor there. If that was so, there is no way the Jamaica Labour Party could have won the election when them win with a landslide victory. Clearly showing, say, even at places where we're predominantly supporters of the opposition, those voters voted for the administration that is now in power. Now the people must say, based on what go on after them voting the administration, them feel like, say, the administration is not prepared. Them feel like promises were made that were either unable to be fulfilled or the party does now shift direction. That is no longer the focus of the party anymore. Party speaks of the economy, which is something where we now say them now work on the economy. Economists, we can tell you. The problem with that though is that people have always said this, and this is the same in many countries. But even when the state tell you about the economy doing good, the average citizen for those countries will tell you, say, cost of living high, bills them too high, when them get paid, the pay done too quick. So no matter how the government are going to tell us that the economy are the good, the average citizen not really see it. Remember, this is the same administration where increase elected officials' wages, while civil servants would have asked for a wage increase. The increase where them get them, I say, wasn't enough. And look on the percentage that was given to elected officials. And in no country across the world, wherever here, elected officials take to the streets and I say, them need a wage increase. We never hear that yet. And it did not in Jamaica either. A wage increase was just announced and given. So controversial was that wage increase that none of the prime minister them, well, there was none of the prime minister them, neither none of the leaders of both parties can confirm say they have taken the increase. One say I donate the increase, one say he has taken none any at all. Why increase it then? Whatever the case is, the economy, away, the state seem to be focusing on. And them say that is driven by numerous factors, but tourism being one of them. So we just here say another big hotel has been sold to another company, international company. What most people don't even really realize is that majority of the hotels, especially the big hotels, the 5 stars, they are owned by international companies. Jamaican are one of them hotels. Meaning that the tourism sector is not actually controlled by the government. Yeah, we have a minister of tourism. But if the hotel them are not built, owned, and managed by the government, whoever build, own, and manage them hotel, are them around the tourism sector. Simple as that. So one of the major sectors where them say push the economy is not controlled by the government. The next thing are mining. You will know the few mining companies, but they don't have to name them. They are owned by people from Germany. None of the mining companies are not 100% owned by Jamaica. Jamaica have shares. And after them sell bully pite already. One of the sectors where provide jobs, which is very important to a society, are the call center sector, BPO. We all know the government owns no BPOs. None. No BPO is owned by the government. Whether elected officials have invested, even that is debatable, because the majority of original call centers have been purchased by other companies and are now owned by overseas companies. And think what you want, but ask any GM for anyone at a call center. Almost 90%, if not 100% of them, owned by a foreign company. So the major contributors to the economy are overseas companies with the government in control. That are going to let the people in ask what the government actually do for grow the said economy with them use as a talking point over and over again. And with that being said, the areas now where Jamaicans can actually thrive and help boost the economy and create jobs for fellow Jamaicans, it's like the state is working against that. We don't have to bring up agriculture. We know the government now do nothing for farming. Make the farmers them talk. Nothing the government now do for farming. And of course, when we say nothing, we don't mean that there's no policies, no initiatives, nothing actually being done. We just mean that it is insignificant. And it's not in the direction where farmers actually want help and solution. But think about any other industry. Fishing industry, entertainment, even textile. Keep in mind, you have a place that is no longer there. The music called Free Zone, way before our time. Gen Z are way before our time. They have a place named Free Zone. We hear about, they can do research on it. But they used to deal with textile. Grandmother used to tell me about them places. They no longer exist. But what we have now, we have designers, whole heap of tailors, dressmakers. But you know why they have to regulate just being tailors and dressmakers and they are not big fashion companies and fashion houses? Because the equipment weight and tech for build a company, the government can make it hard for import these things. Basically, we are pointing out, say, state needs to think about the approach, reevaluate how they go about helping out the society. Where they must say they want to become a republic, no longer attached to the UK. That is not of any major importance for Jamaica at the moment in time. The moment in time is are the policies of the people they must say them need at this moment in time are for help out Jamaica. Not for status, not for optics, not for how it look, but for actual Jamaicans, whether visiting, living, or working on the island. But talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, it's a pass through. Click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon, and of course, put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you. Now, until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours are for to live, love, and prosper, and for to stay tuned.